Look, tap in, nigga, log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Tap in, bitch, log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
Tap in, whole log in. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in.
The squad making sure we all win. Smoke a lot radio, we going all in. Zilla, I'm the host with the most smoke. Rolling up the most dope. Kato got the most jokes. Simone Taylor keep it sexy for the grown folks. I'm OG, tone low, bouncing on them gold spokes. Smoke, we the #1 podcast. Some other shows, all trash. Amber Rose, all ass. Broadcasting live from the coast. Sick committee with the jokes. Come and get your ass roasted.
Kato phone, you nigga, review my file. How to show up on the net. You other niggas is clowns. Pulling buster niggas' cars, pulling whole skirts up. I'm the king of one-liners. Y'all got what the fuck? Since we stepped up on the scene, we got the haters' attention. Only bosses on the set, you other niggas is mentioned. For your back for interviews, nigga, boss up your views. Nigga, fuck your crew. Nigga, who is you?
Coming through with the block report. The real spill, cause niggas know I got report. About to give you what you're waiting for. Simone, Kato, and Young, we about to take the floor. And we back like we never left. Other radio shows, they getting put up on the show. Every time we step out, you know we fresh to death. Here to take our reign till there ain't nothing left.
You bitch! Hey, who is these niggas y'all talking about? They gon' get on Smoke a Lot with they 400 followers, 17 motherfucking view having ass. Fuck, these niggas crazy than a motherfucker. These niggas crazy than a motherfucker. Fuck. Hey, Simone, what she got with? Oh my mama.
Hey, tap in, nigga, log in.
Tap in, nigga, log in.
Radio, we going all in. Hey, it's your host with the most cool.
We going all in.
With the illest nigga in Nebraska, B.
Catofonia, oh my mama.
And it's another episode of Smoke a Lot Radio. We got our co-host, Simone Taylor, tapping in a minute. She over there getting pedicured and manicured and, you know what I mean, pampered and dampered. You did, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but definitely, man, we got a motherfucking special guest in the building tonight. You know what I mean? The legendary, you know what I mean? World renowned, you know what I mean? The hook maestro man, nigga, the rap, nigga, rap and gas your ass too, nigga. The motherfucking Peruvian flake himself, nigga, the stamp on the brick. KOKANE in this motherfucker. Y'all make some noise for KOKANE, y'all.
Yuck, you forgot.
What
you
up?
forgot, Yuck. The Guinness Book of Records most featured artist in the motherfucking world.
Oh shit.
Father of the G-Funk, man. Come on. G-Funk pioneers, man.
The father of the fucking funk. The father of the funk. The Guinness Book World Record of the most features of an artist in the motherfucking world. I don't give a fuck.
West Coast, baby.
Who just sold their shit? Who had 30,000 songs and they sold their masters? The old white guy. He ain't got shit on this nigga, whoever he is, nigga.
Oh, man.
Whoever he is, he ain't got shit on this nigga, man.
People need to recognize that fun fact, man.
Yeah.
People need to recognize that fun fact, man.
Let me tell you something. Let me make sure distinctively you understand what the most collaborative artist is. There's a lot of people that got more collabs in producing, more collabs in orchestrating. I happen to be the most collaborative artist in hip hop doing what I do, playing balls out, plain and simple. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we don't wear our ass on our shoulders when we say that. It's just something that shows a commit to excellence. You know, when you work your buns off in this here game, and you still able to be relevant, which is a blessing, to be able to inspire a whole new generation because people grew up off our music. So it's a blessing when a brother comes from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Coming from West Side of Pomona, being able to be the most featured collaborative artist. You know, I never did think about doing that. All I was just doing is just working. I was real on that microphone, that part.
Yeah, that part, man. Come on, you've been up 37, 47 hours already. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
shit don't stop.
No, I don't stop. Sometimes you got to do that. Yuck, you already know. You can agree with me, brother. It's like, you know, what a perfect time it is to have your autonomy and independence. You know, we already been on platinum plaques already and all that stuff. So thank God for the, you know, the Easy E's and of that time and, just basically, the two shorts of their time, which are still, still relevant. Um, before them, the fathers of the funk, they paved the way for us. You know what I'm saying? And they allowed us to be able, especially in these times, to really capitalize and take and marginalize ourselves from big corporations that basically fucked us. You understand? So that's why it's a beautiful time. And you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't tell we our age. You know what I'm saying? You're only young as you feel. You dig?
Exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. Speaking of Pomona's story, man, let's hear the Pomona story, man. How did you even get involved with singing, hip hop, and all of that, man? I never knew that story. And then how did it end up with you, linking up with Eazy and Ruthless Records, man? Give us that story for Smoke Like Radio, bro.
Well, music was in my DNA since I was knee high to the curb. You dig? My
Right.
dad was an established writer and composer. Some of the greatest songs you ever heard in the history of the music business, like "Just My Imagination," "Smiling Faces," "Papa Was a Rolling Stone." He did the orchestration on that, direction, and all that. And
Oh shit.
Uncle Willie Hutch is my uncle. So it's kind of like a nigga had the cheat
So you
code
talking about
already.
Hutch? You related to
Yeah,
Code 187?
yeah,
That's his
yeah.
father
Willie,
that did
yeah.
all them
No,
legendary
that's
songs.
our uncle.
Yeah, uncle, I mean.
Uncle Willie Hutch, and if you're a real P in the game, you understand what Uncle Willie Hutch meant to the game. Doing scores for the Mac right now, be there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the music industry was the music industry. So it's not like we reap the benefits. Even back in the days, you seen TLC roll up to the awards in the sidekick. You dig? So
Yeah.
it was that type of shit going on regardless. It was a lot of artists out there that did some astronomical shit just for other companies that didn't really know nothing about soul music to reap the benefits. But now, everything then slowed down. So like the good thing about it, going back to the 80s and the 70s was an intricate time for us because we had a chance to be in a big mix, like a big pot of menudo. You understand? We had soul, we had funk, we had the explosion of hip hop with Cool Herc, Sugar Hill, going into Run DMC, Schoolie D, Rakim, all those greats, the Juice Crew, Slick Rick. So in a little bit before the mid 80s, like around 83 and 84, I took it real serious doing talent shows, and Hutch would always do talent shows. Back then, his name was called B-Boy Hutch. I was called Jay Golden. He had a group called Wizards of Rock and had a record out in 85 distributed by Rainbow Records in New York. So we was already in the mix in the 80s. I used to try to emulate that style Playboy baby way back in 85, doing the singing and rapping long before the Drakes, and our dear brother, who's incredible, Nate Dogg, but long before that, it was already in a nigga, not just on a nigga. So when Above the Law got established, they started leaking in 1988. I would think the beginning of 8, and they was hustling, of course, you know what I'm saying? Laylaw and Gomac being from the University of South Central would come out to a spot on Sumner and Pomona, and they was doing their thing. So I kind of lost contact of that for like a year or so. But then when I linked back in, my cousin said, man, come over on Candy House. So I went over on Candy's house at 1289 Wall Street. Remember like it's yesterday. Got a memory like an elephant, you dig?
Yeah.
So we went there and Hutch said, man, that's when I seen the numbers. And you already know about this, Yuck Malcolm, where the numbers used to be at the bottom of the videos and the
Right.
heavy set cassette that came out of Bernie Grubbins.
Right.
Well,
Right.
that's what I was on when I see them niggas and I seen them niggas with Easy E. Yuck, I was like, already was like hyped on Boys in the Hood. I'm like, who these niggas? You know what I'm saying? And then I found out Hutch hooked up with him. Hutch said, I'm gonna take you on the ride. He blessed me, in Pomona over on Candy House and said, man, we gotta change the name from J Gold real quick. Because my grandmother named me that name. Light skinned, green eye, color out of niggas, right? So I said,
Yeah.
what's the name, Hutch? Hutch turned around and said, KOKANE. I sat back for 8 sevens and said, nigga, to run that shit. That's the dopest name in the game. So that's how that started.
On my mama it is. Hey, I remember coming up and you had the Zigzag album cover.
The album cover was like the orange papers, the papers. So, you know, I'm from the University of South Central myself. So when that sound came out, you know, we tailing off the Easy E wave and NWA shit. And when Bud Law came and you came with that funk and that, we never heard it like that. You know what I'm saying? And so we like, man, Pomona got it popping like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
well, we did
that was one of my favorite album covers.
Man, we did a 3-song demo in 1989 at this spot called Jimmy Hot Tracks Recording Studio. And he was the type of dude didn't want you to, you know, want you to pay for the studio, but don't fuck with his equipment. So we was there first. Me and Hutch happened to got through it. And at first I was signed a production deal through Law House, which you know Laylaw is a contributing member of NWA.
Salute to the big bro Laylaw.
Yes, sir. That's my big bro. Without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at. The real spill, them and Above the Law. So when Hutch took me under the wing, we were all like, you know, like we used to just make up ideas, harmonies. Kev, rest in peace, would make up harmony. Chaos, Gomac would come with ideas. Laylaw, Hutch would come with ideas. I would do a lot of more singing, and Hutch would build around all of us. And because he was our Quincy Jones, he was the master of ceremonies orchestrating this together. You know what I mean? So once they shot that to EGE, and it didn't take long for me to sign. And they say, man, we're gonna wait for Above the Law to come out, Living Like Hustlers, and then you gonna come out in 91 as Cocaine. But we gonna get this big ass deal. You know, Easy gonna get this big ass deal because he was considered the first West Coast Russell Simmons. Say that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So he had Poor Broken Lonely, yeah. And it was Poor Broken Lonely, Above the Law, and Cocaine. And I was to come out next under after Above the Law, most prolific album, you know, one of the most prolific albums, Living Like Hustlers. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
let me not pause the story. Let's rewind it. Poor Broke Homies. That's the one that made This Is For My Homies, right?
Yeah, Poor Broken Lonely.
Poor Broken Lonely. That's the one
where Chris the Glove and them come from.
Right, but what they song was called?
They had a song. I forgot what their song was. To tell you the truth.
Who you talking about? Yuck is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Ah, they got the same type of name.
Yeah. So, but when we signed the Epic Records, it was the big shit. Ruthless Records signed a multi-million-dollar deal, and right before, you know, because we had so much hype on Cocaine, especially after Above the Law, Living Like Hustlers. You know, that shit was like everywhere, like crack, my nigga.
That shit changed. I'm gonna tell you how I landed in
Changed
Oakland,
the game.
Nigga. Oakland, we like that funk. You know what I mean? Too Short had that funk, nigga, and everybody else was rocking with that funk. When Above the Law came, they had that funk, nigga. You know what I mean? That Living Like a Hustler, the actual song, nigga, that was the hustle, nigga, the hustle.
When it came on, that boom, thick boom, thick boom, thick boom, that thing came on.
Look,
on,
man,
but
the album with Above the Law was so instrumental to Ruthless and Dr. Dre, because the majority of the ideas was already done by Code 187 and Above the Law. They took it to him, you know, Dr. Dre put his icing on the cake on it, and you have voila, masterpiece. So after going back, let's go forward. 91, right before my record was gonna come out, Epic decide to get scary and say, no, we're going to change the name Cocaine to Who Am I? So when niggas was going to Abbey Roads and meetings and going to all that shit, niggas was looking for cocaine. And it was like, who the fuck is this record? Who am I? So
they changed your name to Who Am I?
Yeah, they tried to change it. The first record was called Nickel Slick Nigga, which I did with my homeboy from, Big Ralphie. He was in the video. It was fly. But then Easy and them, all of us was pissed. Laylaw, Brother Law, Easy, Eric. And that situation led them to eventually Relativity. The first record came out, but then Easy and them and Hutch and Dr. Dre was so adamant about Cocaine, they said, well, fuck it, man. We're going to put you on the intro of Niggas for Life album, introducing the character called Sweet Talk. Oh, wait a minute. My goddamn thing came off.
Hey, that's easy. That's easy giving you a high five.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, Pro Broken Lonely had the song Twisted.
Yeah, Twisted.
Twisted.
About
Okay.
when the bitches start turning the lesbian joint.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I thought they had this is for my homie.
But you was close.
Nah, that's
though.
later.
You was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it gave us a chance. Once we got with Relativity, you got to realize once Easy made that deal, we moved from living like hustlers more into a sonic parliament psychedelic sound. You know, and that's where the origins and the birth of like Black Mafia life, and really the first record we did, we had a song called Never Missing a Beat. I'm not bragging, just not legging. You don't want to fuck with me. That was like the real birth of this sound called G-Funk. You know, that we didn't know we didn't want to be called Parliament Babies. We didn't want to be called P-Funk All-Stars. We slowed it down. Dr. Dre asked Hutch in the car, what y'all call that shit? Hutch told Dre, we call that shit G-Funk. Straight face.
Wow.
So that's when Black Mafia life. Yeah, vocally pimping, all those things. We were all really what you call, you know, for myself, to rest in peace, KMG. I miss my brother. To Go Mac, to Total Chaos, to Hutch. And Hutch since he was the orchestrator, he was the originator. But we are the architects. And of course, we were hanging around everything. We was always at Audio Achievements. I remember Warren G used to bag on Jewel, Suge and them used to come through. All of us was a family. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how we used to be like tight knit, and then because of the Ruthless tree, derived the Death Row tree. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know, we came up with an album called Funk Upon a Rhyme, which was one of my memorable albums. A song called No Pain No Gain, which was played at so many funerals. You know what I'm saying? Just as well as the big homie Eazy-E funeral. So that was a groovy time. You dig?
Yeah. That's real talk. So I'm glad you told that story, and I'm glad we just letting you land because you
Yes,
got
sir.
a history lesson and a real story to tell. And it's like I was going to get at you about the question, but it's all in remote control. What are you jamming right now out of some of the new breed of MCs and rappers and stuff?
Man, I keep it old school, man. I keep some of that motherfuckers can't figure it. What niggas so ignorant.
Hey.
Bang, smoke cigarettes. My niggas can't figure it.
Okay.
You
Man,
know, a
Hey,
lot
so-
of shit. I just stay in my lane and listen to us. I love our era.
Right.
Man.
It's
I
the golden era.
love our era. Like, ain't nothing wrong with saying you love your 6-4, even though it came out in the 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's a blessing that during this coronavirus and this hibernation, that niggas get to, our young cats get to start digging in the crates, which is the computers,
Digging in the crates,
and going back listening to us. Because right now, brother, I got an influx of traffic coming in. It's popping. But guess who it is? It's the youngsters. It's the youngsters sampling us now.
Right.
So that's a blessing.
I'm gonna tell you, nigga, my son was banging Bone Thuggish Rugged's Bone, first of the month, all types of shit. I'm hearing banging all this little young hypey shit. Nigga, he banging all the old school shit. I'm like, yeah, it's really a way for the young niggas that's they going back watching all the old school movie, Do the Right Thing, a House Party. They like really getting their old school game on, the youngsters. You know what I mean?
Right.
Period. They like a lot of youngsters ain't even watched fucking Minister Society. Like they going back watching Minister Society all the time.
A lot of them don't even know Ice Cube is a rapper.
Yeah.
Right.
He's are we there yet to them? You feel me?
My up in my house, my kids are seasoned.
Well, yeah,
You
of course. I'm not to get off the subject, but how did you get hook up with Nip on that joint y'all had?
Man, I happen to be on some projects with them. You know what I mean? We always used to talk. He was always, man, I grew up on your music. I'm a fan of your music, Coke. You, Snoop, the whole shit, the whole experience at Ruthless. I mean, he really knew his history, and he was young. He was way ahead of his time. So when we did on Bullets Don't Have No Name, when we
Yeah,
did Mr. Untouchable, which was really the start of Marathon.
Mr.
You know what I'm saying?
Untouchable.
And just other songs over the years, you know, started off small before walking had to crawl, soaked up game from the
They,
G's,
they ain't
and
even
took it up
knowing,
on
man.
myself to get this cheese. Man, Nip spit so cold on it that I knew, man, that he had that vernacular, that light that we all see, like Pac. We done witnessed this shit, yup. Like Easy E, my nigga. Like it was just had that essence, and you know he was going somewhere, and he was very respectful. You a buster, you're a buster. You know what I mean? But he was always respectful. He respected this G. That's all I could say. He was like, man. And then he loved Sugar Free too. It's like,
Yeah.
I had a chance to talk to him, because at that time Caviar was doing something a while back, about a year and a half ago or so, with Killer Twine. And he was saying like, man, take care of my nigga Coke. He said, I know you gonna do him right, OG. And then he told Killer Twine, yeah, you with the right nigga when it comes to hooks. So that was the last time
Yeah.
I talked to Cuz, and it just like, it's crazy, man, because all of us know, from your Mac
Yeah.
Dre's to whoever, man, it's like it's a trip, man, to be able to experience their essence and be able to be a disciple about it. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Absolutely, man. Rest in peace, Nipsey and Mac Dre, man. Hey, I want
Yeah.
to take it back, man. I keep want to go back, man. Now, the you go back to the Ruthless Tree, and the
Yeah.
division is called When Dr. Dre Leaves Ruthless. So you
Right.
say y'all used to be in the studio, everybody together, Suge, everybody. It
Mhm.
splits up. How do you end up linking up with Dre after the split up?
Well, when it split up, we were actually having discrepancies at Ruthless Records, real talk.
Right.
Motherfuckers was getting money, and it's like we sitting over there on Inglewood and Centinela and La Cienega and Mark Palladino's studio, and we looking like, hey man, something ain't right, and this is real.
This
But
one
see,
Easy pulling up in the 850, the Beamer,
yeah,
the white one.
yeah, and Easy said a meeting. Damn, this goddamn shit keep dropping.
Easy to slap the
Hold
gave you a
on,
high five again, like nigga,
he
watch
gave
what
me
you
a
say
high
about me.
five. Nah, always do the homie right. It's straight crazy.
Easy, like, watch what you say, nigga.
All right, there it is. So look, Dre didn't never come to a meeting. We rekindled our business relationship because really we sat in the room with Suge, and we was like, he's gonna start the Death Row. Really Above the Law and KOKANE was actually supposed to be the first people that was functioning with Death Row. But we rekindled our business relationship. Hello?
Yeah, we
Hit him
right
Hold
with
on
here.
that.
right quick.
Hit
This
him with that.
goddamn thing is
Hit him with
making
the
me
you heard
sick.
it first.
Yeah.
You heard it
So
here
look,
first on Smoke
I'm,
Lot
I'm,
Radio.
I'm just going to tell you this. Um, but we rekindled our business relationship, because we heard Eric out, and that was the time when Warren G brung Snoop and Nate Dogg to audition for Above the Law because Code 187 was gonna put him out. You know what I mean? But at the same
Hold
time,
on, rewind that.
yeah,
Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg was supposed to be in Above the Law, nigga.
they were supposed to be in Above the Law camp. They actually was.
Oh
You heard it here first on
wow.
Smoke Lot Radio.
Hey, niggas
Yeah,
never knew that, my nigga.
Dog can
That's a
tell you
first.
that. That's
That's a
ironic.
first,
His
my nigga.
studio is right around the corner from where he auditioned. You know what I'm saying? So it
So
was
that's
all,
why Dog was banging G Funk.
yeah, he was influenced. That's why Warren G. I mean, Warren G said it, in his documentary, big ups to Warren G. And Snoop know what's
Big
happening, and we
up.
all know what's happening, man.
Big
You know
up
what I'm
Uncle
saying?
Snoop
Yeah,
and
so
Warren.
yeah, but at that time it was a lot of shit going on. Warren G took his tape up to to um to the party where Dre was at, and that landed Snoop Dogg and landed Nate Dogg, of course. But we were all still kicking it. But then once the breakup happened, they were so adamant on this and easy. And then we heard these new niggas coming along that I didn't know. They called the Dog Pound, dissing me and Hutch on Blunts and Tanga Right. Like, nigga, we ain't never did nothing to y'all. We thought he was cool. I always gave them the utmost, but I knew who was behind there. Suge was behind a lot of it. Hey, diss these niggas, go at these niggas. And we didn't pay it no mind, But then that's when the diss record I did, me and Hutch, called "Don't Bite the Funk," because all of a sudden reason why we wrote that song, because we would hear our words, our style, our language, our everything. This is real story. We didn't never get credited. We didn't mind the influence, but everybody should credit everybody, just like George Clinton credit the Funk Brothers and Sly and the Family Stone. What's wrong? So we was going around, yuck, like it left a bad taste in our mouth. And you know what I mean? Ruthless was going at them. They was going at us. It was some gangster shit behind the scenes going on. They was for their squad. We was for our squad. But then Snoop told me one time, he said, nigga, even though we was dissing each other, we was still in Japan playing no pain, no gain, my nigga. And I was like, so because they knew it was some bullshit behind it, but so be it. And it was crazy. Easy didn't really want to diss Dr. Dre so much because he was getting money, but after he was just like, boom, he still had Dre under contract, so he was getting
Right.
his.
Right.
So it was like, nigga, what? I ain't telling. Easy was gangster with it.
I ain't trying to fuck up the money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
let the money keep going.
it was about the integrity too. Like, nigga, you just gonna keep. That's how we was saying to him. And then some incredible records that happen to be diss records from Death Row to our side, man. Them were incredible times right there. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, that shit.
You
You
know?
got, you got the BG knockout came up out of that motherfucker
Yeah,
with the oh man. So yeah,
yeah, and it was
Oh,
it
that's
was
why I said I
crazy.
told my daughter that I'm glad I'm not y'all area. Y'all don't know about this real music where the fans rolled the ride right along with y'all. Cause the fans
Yeah.
were splitting. Y'all on ED camp or y'all, but then the music was so undeniable. You had all the tapes.
hey,
Man, the Ruthless and Death Row beats, and then the West Coast, and then the Death Row. It was all kind of beefs. Them niggas going out there smashing over buildings in New York. Them New York niggas was hot. You know what I'm saying? Pac beef, West Side
Yeah,
Connection beef, Yo beef with that you had. And the 90s was the decade of the real beefs. You know what
beef.
I'm saying?
Shit was real.
facts and real niggas. Real niggas
Yeah,
and real
real
beats.
talk.
Straight
Man.
up. So
Real talk. And niggas
when
didn't
the
talk
dust
so much
cleared,
on camera. You
when
know
the
what I mean?
dust cleared, how did you end up fucking with Snoop and them? Because later on you end up tapping in and really rocking with him.
Man, look, after Easy Pass, then I was supposed to hook the homie Pac got out. And we was supposed to do The Nation, me, Spice One with him. We did Fortune and Fame. We kicked it at the Jim Belushi movie. It was like, okay, I felt good that Pac is out because me and Pac and all of us inspire each other. Period. I
Right.
remember, I remember, I had a song called "Sometimes I Feel Like My Day Is Coming." Won't you free my mind, free my mind? Those type of songs, no pain, no gain. Pac gravitated to. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with the Above the Law, like Rain Before Rainbows and all that. So we was a fan of his, he was a fan of ours. So when Pac got out, we just did a song with Ant Banks, Too Short at Ice T spot off the Sunset Plaza when he had that spot over there. And
Mhm.
then we bump into him in traffic. We bank a corner back at the Mondrian, and he said, "Nigga, come to my pad, nigga." So I remember like it's yesterday. He lived off Sherman Oaks in the Valley. Boom, we go to his spot, and I'm on the piano playing "Sometimes I Feel Like My Day Is Coming," and then bling bling, Quincy Jones' daughter is calling. So this nigga Pac on the phone arguing with her, like, man, fuck that. The Outlaws is there. He said, let's go to Can-Am and do this song called Fortune and Fame, man. So that's where that came out. But then when he got back from New York, he called me and Spice One because we was gonna be part of his One Nation. He even said it in interviews. We didn't go to Vegas because I had a record out with Yella, One More Nigga to Go, and the song called "This Is for the E" in remembrance to the homie Easy. Spice had to do his thing. So after we heard the news of him, what had happened to him, B Legit called me because that's my partner. Shout out to B. He called me Yuck, and it was like, man, he gone, man. Damn, he's gone. I didn't believe him, but I knew he was serious, man. And I ain't even gonna lie, man. A G know how to spread them tears, man, when it comes to people that you just love, homie. You know what I'm saying? And it put me in that dark spot again, right? So I hooked back up. Thank you for letting me take the platinum thing, by the way. But I hooked up with some cats from Plum and Oak Block Crip called Street Institute. That's when I was doing a lot of stuff with Trade E and Lil Half did. And then eventually, after a year, we put out a remix on Volume 10, Pistol Grip Pump at Street Institute. And then, Snoop and Lil Half Dad was always talking. They hit the kite and said, man, Coca, man, is the man. So Snoop invited me up there. We squashed our little thing because that was way behind us, Ruthless and Death Row beef. And he said, man, Coke, I always liked your style, fam. He said an old song of mine called Itsy Bitsy Spider Crawling Up the Wall. You know what I'm saying? That was early. So he said, come on the team. I'm creating the East Siders. I'm going to create this big thing. This is my last record on No Limit. And my nigga, I'm fucking with you. So he honored his word, man. I didn't know he was gonna put me on so many songs. He allowed me to introduce a little bit more with those guys, those set of people. And it was incredible, man, that it allowed me to reconnect with Dr. Dre and get on LA niggas on Chronic. You know what I mean? We was mixing it up. And by then, everybody was requesting two most niggas in the game. That was Nate and that was KOKANE.
Yeah.
So let me ask another question, man. So was the song that we did for my album the first song you ever did with Nate Dogg, or you and Nate Dogg did songs before that? Because we did So Ignorant, me, you, Corrupt, and Nate Dogg for Thugged Out the Appalachian in 99. 98, actually.
That was the first time.
You lying.
Damn, bro.
I had the first fucking song with motherfucking KOKANE and Nate Dogg on the same fucking song. You lying.
Yeah.
You heard it here first on Smoke a Lot Radio.
Yeah, Corrupt.
Nigga, hey, man, that thing is legendary, man. We got to point at that thing, man. Hey, there you go right there. That's that thing. I got to see your plaque too, nigga.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah,
I'm
registered with the IRA, so I'm good.
Yeah, tell them to send your thugged out, nigga.
Yep, automatic. Yeah, but that was classic. But me and Nate, we went to do on the East Siders in the ghetto. We did Bottom Girl. Our blend together was just incredible because I consider Nate Dogg like the Steve Arrington of our time, like Silky Soul with it. He has those natural gospel tones and his stuff.
Yeah.
When it came to KOKANE, you can't put just one style on KOKANE because I did a little bit different of everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, just as well as Bust. You know what I mean?
You got a book coming?
I got a book called The Making of a Legend coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I plan to do a docu-series because there's things that NWA, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that are left out. And I understand they wanted to pack the seats and they did that. So I don't knock the hustle.
I was gonna ask you about the movie. How much, give me a percentage of fact that was going on with the storyline.
I would say 40%.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some intricate things left out.
That's a low fucking score.
That's not, you're not eligible with 40%.
The reason why I say that, because it doesn't take one movie to explain this. It would have to be docu-series.
It has to be a series. It has to be like Power.
So that's why.
Like New Edition. It had to be like how they did New Edition.
Like New Edition, yeah.
It had to be like how they did New Edition. How they started when they was kids all the way up to where it is now. Period.
And I'm not dissing it. Of course, I ain't no hater. I'm just saying because one movie can't explain it. That's why I say it's 40% true.
Okay,
were you reached out to for any involvement or any insight?
No, Tamika Wright didn't probably want me out there. That's why. You know what I'm saying? But I left that alone. Okay. You know, those guys have a legacy. They were able to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Those guys are instrumental in my career. Above the Law career, DOC, and the list goes on, the tree go on. So to sit here and say, you know, I'm gonna be upset because certain things, no, man, those guys told it how they want to. They packed the seats, but you got to look on the positive side. It gave me a whole bunch of leg room to tell factual stories. So I ain't mad. I'm not mad at it. I'm just, it's actually turned out to be a blessing to for whatever reason not be mentioned. So I'm happy that the way things are going. You know what I'm saying?
Let me not to interrupt you, but the thing that Go Back was really mad at, he was like, nigga, Easy ain't never been broke selling weed, my nigga. And had niggas bagging up weed and struggling and starving, nigga.
No, that's some bullshit. He never been down the street crying. Not my homeboy. Not my big bro. Easy was a soldier to the last drop of his breath.
But let him know his catalog that he had running up numbers right before he died. He had Bone Thugs. Who else he had?
Yeah. Oh, he had BG Knockout, Dragster. Of course, he had Above the Law, Cocaine.
That's the Sonic. I mean, what they
That's a
JJ Fag.
Sonic. JJ Fag. I said JJ Fag. JJ Fag. He had JJ Fag.
I called them niggas Stetson Sonic. I called the females.
Yeah, I'm over here like Stetson Sonic. You said JJ Sonic? JJ Sonic?
I fucked him up. My bad. That was because of me, man. He didn't do that. I said Stetson
look,
Sonic
you had originally they were called the Adban Clan, but now they were called the Black Eyed Peas. You know, Easy discovered them.
That's who we had, my nigga.
You know
Niggas don't know we had the Black Eyed fucking Peas, man.
Yeah, Easy. And I remember 666 Mafia sent they demo in. He was gonna mess with them on some things. You know,
That's
Easy was incredible.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
who he had.
We had Mr. Lay DLC.
I was bragging on Easy. I said he had one of the super duper groups that y'all don't know about. Black Eye fucking Peas. But continue, my nigga. Go ahead.
Yeah, he had it on lock. You know, Ruthless Mafia. You know, he had it on lock. And at the time, where essays wasn't really getting along with brothers and vice versa, he had the balls to say, nah. You know, Toker, Brownside, Kid Frost. You know what I mean? It wasn't about the color. It was about the heart. You know, Easy seen something. He was a visionary at a time where we was gangstered out, hustling out. We didn't really understand the scope of how big Bone Thugs and Harmony would be, but not Easy. Easy understood that, man. We used to be like, what's this? But then when Easy got a hold of it, we learned, we was like, okay, it might not be the G-Funk and this, but we digging them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like Easy, man, he was incredible, bro. You know, he had ideals to sell speakers in cars and skateboards, tapping the stuff long before Dre and Lil Wayne. He left an imprint, man, a blueprint. And it's just like, you know, to have a movie like that, NWA, you know, I get it. They want to pack seats and make money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people want to hear the in-betweens. People, you know, don't want to speculate. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want things to just completely have a false narrative about it and only tell half truths just to pack the theater. You know what I mean? So that's where we come in when you hear your Go Max and Laylaw. You know, those are stories that we were disciples, like to a Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we were there as well as participants.
Man, Goldmack had told a story. Him and DLC did an interview. Him, DLC, and Law, they posted on the gram. And some motherfuckers was going against him, like, oh, you hating. Like, damn. So when you tell your story, now all of a sudden you hating? Like, Go ahead said something about his last encounter with Eazy. I ain't gonna say it on this platform. You know, you can go to the Ballin' Podcast and check it out.
Wow.
But he said something and everybody thought it was disrespectful, but that's what type of relationship that him and Eazy had. You know what I mean? They don't know how Goldmack and Laylaw and Easy go back to the streets. You know what I mean? Not no rap shit, street shit.
Yeah, this
I mean?
when Easy E had an orange bug and doing, you know, handling his business and Goldmack, you know, and Laylaw, they was pushing their thing and Hudson was doing their thing and Pomona, we all was there. It's just like, if you gonna tell the truth, you gonna tell the truth. And the way I took it, I didn't take it. I know Goldmack love Eazy-E, brother.
Right.
And it's like brothers fight. I don't care what it going on. It'd be different if they popped at each other. But it was some things going on to where if you have a family and that person has a family, and you put your hard on work, at the end of the day, you don't want to come circumference of not blaming it on just, easy, but people behind him really swindling checks and different things. You want to ask about it.
Yeah.
Any real nigga would. So for a nigga to sit up and there and say, the brother was just hating, the reason why, because your ass wasn't there.
You
You
wasn't
don't
there, man.
know.
You wasn't
And when
fucking
you hear
Bottom
it from the horse's
motherfucking line.
mouth, when you so busy, they so busy caught up in the fantasy of how that NWA, I told y'all it's 40% true. And I'm not dissing them. I'm
right.
telling you, one movie couldn't tell a real story. So he just, for Gomack to get up there and say the real, that's what real niggas want to hear, not speculative niggas.
Right. Right. Not shit to fill up the seats in the movie theater, 40%. They want to hear the 100%.
They want to hear the rest of that 60%. And we blessed enough to be here to tell the real, not hating it. And sometimes the truth is ugly. Sometimes the truth hurt, because a lot of people have their narratives, but when some real facts come through and the in-between come through, it's gonna make people feel uncomfortable. Even though we're not trying to make people feel uncomfortable. We telling our side.
Which your motherfucker got a right to do, man.
Well, yeah. If a nigga like it or don't, that's your problem.
But at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We OGs. We here to share our stories, to tell motherfuckers what to do and what not to do, and show motherfuckers, give you the blueprint without even having to do it. Take advantage of these OG stories and these OG sacrifices and shit that we tell to y'all. You know what I mean? Take a page out of niggas' books and add it to what you're doing right now. You're gonna be way more sharper than you was just looking up to motherfucking videos and YouTube streams.
Yeah, and people get tired of going to the WWF all the time, because when you go,
the WWF,
them a preconceived move. It's very entertaining, but now these are the times where these kids are looking at us, and they looking at everything they see, and some of the things they see, they believe it, like Donald Trump voters.
Yeah,
knowing that this nigga lying. Knowing that it's a couple things missing out. So it's really for us to have the playing fields fair. You know what I'm saying? To tell that real. And any real nigga on the, once used to be on the opposite position, they should respect that now, because ain't no niggas tripping on each other. You know what I mean? So I think you got to have a grown man approach about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And let it be known to people that really want to know what happened.
Absolutely. Speaking of what happened, man, let's get to Nate Dogg, man. Your relationship with Nate Dogg started on So Ignorant. You two is the hook masters, man. Did you really get to build a relationship with Nate Dogg before he passed?
Yeah, 1991 when he auditioned. I knew he was going to go somewhere. I knew, I was like, damn, Hush, man, Dogg be busting. He was freestyling. I was like, that nigga hard, my nigga. I said it in that style that Nate got, man, that dude sound like Steve Arrington. He's like a modern day, he's just got something with his voice that is it commands that presence, what he's saying, like real comfortable, keeping it gangster, but at the same time staying suited and booted, sharp. You know what I mean? So I knew that in 91. Then years later, when we mixed it up, we did songs that you did some classic songs on the East Siders. And back when I went to Dog, because Lil Half there, we went over Nate Dogg's spot first. And I hopped out the car. Well, I didn't hop out the car. Lil Half there hopped out the car because what you call lived in Pomona. Nate Dogg at that time down the street and around the corner from Snoop Dogg's house in Claremont. And first thing what you call said is like, nigga, what that nigga doing here? He said
About
that
you?
to me. Yeah, because we never did. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? It was the time where me and Snoop rekindled, our friendship. But I ain't yet to rekindle the friendship with Nate. Right?
Yeah.
So, So look, he found out who I was with. I was with some real runners and gunners, Street Institute, Pomino Block Crips, doing their thing. Rest in peace, hat. Big ups to Al Dog. Silk was over there. All kind of people was over there, man. So I said, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping on, cuz like, nigga, I'm way past that shit. I mean, that's what I'm telling him. So he invited me in, and we seen eye to eye, and we seen like, ain't no problem, brother. You know what I mean? And we start building in his little studio, and there he had his little yak there and his little smoke. And he said, man, do me a favor, man. I gotta get this up out of there. This girl called a whoop whoop on me. This nigga gave me a bag full of guns. And I could have said, nah, nigga, we finna ride through Upland, California. Is you crazy? So I said, fuck it, cuz. I was like, that was kind of tilted anyway. I said, fuck it, cuz. So I took all that shit in the back of my cellar like a damn fool through Upland, California. I'm talking about that
Man,
white.
up that 10.
Yeah. So I dropped it off to the homies, and then we grew a respect from there. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool, man.
That's a cold way
How it
to
happened.
hook back up with a nigga. Take his
Right.
bag of guns.
No bullshit. We put that shit in the back of the Celica, and me and Lil Ab there trucked it up to the studio, and
What up,
it was
Ab
just
Dad?
nothing but respect.
Yeah, Half Dead, man. Whatever Half Dead, that's my nigga, man. That nigga done recorded on this mic right here. He fucking bank. Yeah,
He's a personal friend of Smoke a Lot Radio. We fucks with Ab Dad.
That's the behind the scene nigga. That's the glue. Half Dead always been the glue. It's certain niggas that behind the scene that's the glue, and niggas don't never give props to, man. Give props to Half Dead, my nigga.
Because
straight up.
He the one who set the kite to Snoop. He was like, nigga, need to hook in with KOKANE.
See?
Lil Half Dead did that.
Lil Half Dead. I didn't even know that. See, he bridged the gap.
You heard it here first. Smoke a Lot Radio.
Yeah, you gotta give Lil Half Dead his props, my nigga, period. And Snoop always mention that nigga, and Snoop keep him around. That mean he a solid nigga, period.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're brothers. That's what brothers do. You know what I mean? Right. He brings a certain type of likeness around, and that's what good fellowship and friendship is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Tabernacle, like Don Juan, man. Preach. When he come around, motherfucking Snoop, man, it's like Snoop. This is goddamn what the rappers be having, man, when they got a preacher or something, advisor, spiritual advisor.
Yeah, somebody like to help Snoop. You out.
Yeah, Don Juan's like Snoop's spiritual advisor, my nigga. You need an OG, man, from the cloth, man, to always let you know when you're off your square, period. And that's what niggas like you, niggas like motherfucking Snoop, niggas like Ice Cube, you know what I mean? The OGs, you know what I mean? Laylaw, Gomac, DOC. This is what motherfuckers here to give you game and lace your boots so you don't motherfucking trip and fuck up. Period. You know what I mean? Stay on your square, my nigga. And then for niggas to make it a funk, you know what I mean? For motherfuckers to be old in hip hop, that's the wildest shit, man. How do you feel about the youngsters making it like a meme or bad to be an old nigga still getting money?
Nigga, that's a compliment because too many niggas running around trying to be 3 Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Factoids.
Yeah. And Pac wanted to live, he just had the untimely and fortunate passing. You know what I mean? But it's like a sperm cell trying to get to the egg. All of them don't, but one. You know what I'm saying, Pimpin'? And that's what's happening. It's sad that a lot of brothers is gonna go under, always implicating themselves. And it's just like they being moved around like cattle, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But we here to reach out of 10, at least 2 or 3 solid niggas that's gonna pay attention and even look at the blueprint that Nip was saying according to his generation. It's like everybody ain't gonna listen because this game ain't for everybody. You know what I mean?
But you don't think it's the Willie Lynch, where I never thought, like when I read the Willie Lynch letter and I seen that they said that it'd be young against old, female against male, male against female, you know what I mean? Like it's that, you know what I mean? You got the lesbian, I mean, whatever the letter called, You got the whole shit going on. You know, they do marriages and shit. You got like the youngsters are going against their parents, not only just against hip hop. Like your youngsters will call the cops on your ass if you try to discipline them. You know what I mean?
Well, so I'll show you where the music is at, is where the mentality of the millenniums is at. Whatever is popular, it's gonna pop off. Now that we ain't finna sit here and say we ain't came with that gangster shit or that player shit. But the only thing, you gotta look at the Too Short record. One of his biggest records was The Ghetto. You understand? It's like we had a balance. And when that balance got offset because of the internet, making every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Weirdo feel like they validated.
Microwave rappers.
It just put that weirdo shit on steroids. And it, excuse me, overshadows some things, you know? But now, the universe called everything back, y'all. You know, these youngsters is really paying attention, and everything runs in cycles. Everybody have their moments, you understand? But the moment I would say that Kelly imprint put down, man, reach across the world. You could see people, you know, in every parts of any city, red, blue, low riding, or wearing our language and talking that shit. You know what I mean? We had a large impact on the world, and still to this day, because now the world is starting to revert back to this Cali sound. Straight face.
Factoids. Say that shit again. What you lied to say. Revert back to what?
This Cali sound.
Hey man, from up top to the bottom, my nigga. Period. Straight up. Speaking of influences of rap, how do you feel about this murder rap shit that's going down? Not to cut you off, Kato. I know you got questions, but
no, it's all good.
How do you feel about this murder rap shit that where motherfuckers talk about murdering somebody, you know, and you know, after they done murdered them and then go platinum? Like, how do you feel about that?
That's the lowest grade aura, low bottom toe, eat pig guts on a Sunday by the slave master. That is the most, you know what I'm saying? The most fucked up shit when we was raised, and Granny would have it would be a bunch of gangbangers outside. She say, take that shit down the street. Now they shooting Granny. You know what I'm saying? So
the grandkids are shooting Granny.
These are strange times we living in. The shelf space is small, and it's not going to stop. It's going to increase. But at the same time, it's always light at the end of a dark tunnel. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what it is, man, but I've never seen so much love in the 92 riots, or I've never seen so much love when Nip funeral. So I believe, even though I don't have an answer, I believe something gonna have to come to wake some of these youngsters up, because it's just too much going on, and it's putting out the wrong frequencies.
That's real talk, man.
One more thing before you go. Frequencies, man. Somebody was on YouTube saying the frequencies is fucked up for the youngsters. Like it's a 5G or 4G frequency that's going out that they only adapt to. And that's probably a reason why they calling our music old, because they can't relate to it or can't hear it. It ain't their frequency. The frequency is what's going down right now. You know what I mean? Everybody on auto-tune. Everybody sound like a computer rapper. Like we never thought that we would hear everybody sound like Battlestar Galactica. But this is what the game is. Niggas, this is what's going down. Niggas sound like Transformers and Battlestar Galactica rapping and harmonized. Facts. But that's the frequency that's going down for the youngsters. If you do anything that's technical or off, that fuck them up. They ain't used to that. They on these pills. They on these, you know what I mean, muscle relaxers, all types of shit that make them fall asleep. Liquid hair runs and pill hair runs, all that shit. So it's a frequency for that type of music. That's why it's lit. And they talking about dying. Now, what's up with all this dying? I want to die, and I'm sad. Like, what's up with all this emotional rap? Like, it's called emo rap. How you feel about that? Niggas want to pop pills and die. on they rap.
Well, you know
an
what?
artist with millions of dollars, but you want to die now. How you feel about that, my nigga?
That's just what's floating out there, man. These are crazy times where people can actually have a mental disease off this internet if you're not careful. The people that created it, they created a beast, man. So with that, and all kind of set up um, for big major record labels. Major record labels, they don't have a problem with drug heads because they're expecting them to die and put life insurance on them and just next coming in. So a lot of people don't know. They like this. A lot of I compare some of the generation, but not all the young generation. Let's not ostracize all of them because there's some real people that have that Nipsey Hussle mentality, but they just get muttered down, because it makes cash and they anticipate it and they selling it. You know what I'm saying? They selling it on every corner, the idea of it. I mean, you can put up some righteous stuff on Facebook and they'll take it down, but they'll put that bullshit up and spread it around.
Right. Yeah.
So that's just a sign of the time. But us as OGs and some of the young G's that really know the truth, that's why you got to be a soldier. It's everybody ain't a soldier. Everybody ain't gonna say, nah, that ain't cool, woo, 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 because it's got a lot of yes men. You know what I mean? And we ain't no motherfucking yes men. This very platform is not no yes men. So I just think we just gotta fight and continue to say, nah, little nigga, that shit ain't cool.
That shit ain't cool. Nothing.
Excuse me.
Kato, what you gotta
smoke.
say? What the questions you gotta ask? I ain't trying to take over the whole shit. I got a lot of questions.
Oh no, man, I'm shit. You know me, my philosophy, 80% motherfucking listening, 20% talking. I'm just learning game because we educating on this show. We got cocaine in this motherfucker.
Original y hasta Cuaco Simón.
Los tandos arrancaste las mujeres.
Sí, señor.
All right, so we gonna talk our shit, Coca Leaf, since nobody want to talk about our history, man. We gonna talk about our history, man. Fuck that, Coca Leaf, man. Yes, I first got you, nigga. I always thought you was hella dope. Period. You know what I mean? Since way back, since the Ruthless days. So it was an honor to get you on my album, my song. So Ignorant, you made the whole hook and nigga, you gassed that motherfucker. It was me, you, Corrupt, and Nate Dogg, nigga.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg was like, every time I smoke, I smoke in those smoke. I just in this hey, what was that you backing them up?
Feel like one time is watching me. So motherfuckers ignorant. Can't fix that. That shit was hard, nigga.
Bruh, we was all in the studio together though. We was at the Enterprise, man. Talk about that studio session, how we had it lit, nigga.
Oh man, you talking about smoke a lot. That's the reason why you got smoke a lot.
Factoids,
hey
nigga.
Man, we had bottles, less models, more weed, and the tracks to bleed. You know what I mean? We was on it like we wanted.
Who made that? Was it Mike Dean and Tone Capone? Who made that track?
I think that was Mike Dean.
It was Mike Dean. Mike Dean had that shit. He made that shit on the spot.
Yeah, and then man, we had fun at the 5 On It remix video.
Oh, that too.
Hard,
that
nigga.
Too. Warren G, you was there?
Yeah, we was all there.
I think Simone coming in. Simone-ish. Simone is tapped in. What's up with it, baby?
What's good?
Fresh from the Masaji Maji, huh?
Yeah, you know it.
Hey, man, Simone in the building. We got Cocaine in the building. Simone, say what's up to Coca Leaf.
What's up, Coca Leaf? What's going on?
Hey, you got the best hand, I see.
I see you. What's good with you? How's this COVID treating you?
Oh, just trying to suck it, duck it like we all. You dig?
I feel you. All the way live.
What's up?
Simone. So we was talking about me and Cocaine history and shit when I was at Rap Live and shit. We did a couple songs together, man. The other one we did was the New Testament, man. That motherfucker is legendary because the song it's a part 2 from is Revelations. Now everybody say Revelations is one of my best songs because I go there. It's like a movie verse. You know what I mean? I rap the whole song about 5 minutes. I did the same thing with us on the part 2 called the New Testament. Nigga, and you went that motherfucker on your gospel shit and killed that motherfucker. And there wasn't no punch-ins. You sung that shit through the whole song, man. So you land on it. You let them know what you did.
Hey, man, you know, when it's right, you know. And we the type of artists that vibe off stuff. You know, we don't go in there and say, okay, I'm gonna write this. No, if we ain't vibing, it ain't right.
It ain't
you
right.
know what I'm saying? And our vibe is just A1 YOLA. You know?
Dumbass A1.
And then we got that upcoming shit with you and Pete Rock.
Oh, man. Hey, man. Yeah. We got another one we just did for me and Pete Rock shit that's bananas, man. Yeah. It's crazy, man. So
but it's a fun ride, you know. The 90s was cool back in the jukebox days.
Come on,
2000,
the box.
Man.
Simone, I don't think how old was you when the box was on, Simone?
Like 5 or 6.
Video
no,
jukebox?
Wow.
Damn.
Wait, you talk about like box, like the box, like the music videos, like the box?
Yeah, the box.
Yeah, I was in elementary school still.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
God damn. I
that
feel
let
old.
you know.
Fuck.
Nah, that's a compliment. If you're old head looking fly, that's a compliment.
Yeah, that is a compliment.
Simone, man, with our guests in the building and you tapped out for most of the questions, what question do you got for Kokane?
Okay, my number one question right now is, how do you feel
Excuse me. Excuse me real quick.
Oh, poor thing. You all right?
Smoke. Yeah, I was smoking earlier on some coronavirus.
Smoking on the coronavirus?
Yeah.
This nigga's stupid.
Nah, what you say?
When is the album coming out? You and 187.
Well, we already got an album in the can called The Architects of G-Funk. You know what I mean? So that'll come out soon. We don't really let the cat out the bag, but that's coming 2021. But I got my album coming out. It's called Give Me 5 on the Black Hand Side.
Ooh.
And that's coming out in sometime in 2021. But we got a single out right now. It's called Monkey Wasn't Funky. And that thing, man, is going global. So, you know, we got a lot of global response. Big ups to you, Yuck Mouth, for giving those drops. And you know, it's one of those funk records, man. It's a timely record. You know, we just got through doing a dance contest, you dig, and it was 6. It didn't matter if you were 6 years old, 29, 39, 59. They all participated. You know what I mean? So we got a magical record that's out right now on all digital sites called Monkey Wasn't Funky. And you can, you know, the meaning behind that is just whatever, how you want to take it.
Is this go, Simone?
No, I was telling him I love it. Go ahead, Kato.
No, is this coming out on Buddy Boy on your label?
Yeah, this out on Buddy Boy through Sony, you know. Distribution deal through them. And so we got a company called Buddy Boy Entertainment. It's with me and my queen, you know, and I got my kids on board, you know. I got 8 kids, been with my woman 37 years, you dig. And we a family orientated business, you know. We the modern day Jacksons, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got a partner on the label, so I had to make, you know, get a plug out to my nigga. What up, yo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So with you being married to this man, what do you think is the glue that holds your marriage together? Like, what advice would you give other people that are married on how to stay together longer?
Those that pray together, stay together. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't sugarcoat shit. You know, my wifey's a gangster, you know, about it, because a real one gonna tell you, look, that nigga is whoop-de-whoop. Look, that bitch over there is scheming. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a minute, you know, in this brutal game. I went through all kind of fashions of stuff. You know what I mean? But, you know, I had to grow up one day, and she just stuck in there, you know, and sacrificed me. And sacrifice for me, and that's what we all need. I just think you need a woman in your corner that's really gonna be delicate with your situation and pull the best out of you, even when you're in your dark moments. You dig? And she did that for me.
Most definitely. I love to see it.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
37 years. Oh, 3 decades running on the fourth.
That's my childhood, sweetheart.
That's
I done
dope.
been through all kind of, gangster shit,
Yeah,
so to
yeah,
speak.
yeah.
You put
Preach.
yourself in that. But then you learn, you know what I'm saying, to take the good with the bad. And then you realize what life is all about. You know what I'm saying? Because as the world get older, it get colder. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
older you get, you ain't supposed to just get gray hairs on your chin as opposed to your spirit and wisdom.
Mm.
So I try not to be so preachy, but at the same time, I like to talk some good game, some grown up shit.
Oh, my mama.
Mm.
Before we get up out of here, man, how you feel about the temperature of the police brutality, man? The shootings and shit. It's like a new shooting went down in, I think, Pennsylvania. Where did it go down? In Philly?
Hmm.
Dude got shot with a sandwich in his hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
how do
you
you
yeah.
know
feel
what?
about?
It's mental illness. It's think poison in the foods. It's stuff in the air. There's 5G frequencies running around. There's things that you're oblivious to. There's all kind of things that's going up that is making people, you know, do the things they do. The only thing you could do is tap out from negativity, is always feed yourself wisdom and surround yourself around loved ones. You know what I mean? Because it's just like the movie Poltergeist. They had to go, when the Indian dude was talking to him in Poltergeist, he said, you're gonna have all these frequencies and negativity running at you, but the love of a family and your loved ones is gonna keep you safe. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
that's the same thing that we pride ourselves on. We know how to talk that shit on records all day, but this is a form of entertainment. And I tell these youngsters, man, change the mindset because, Denzel Washington can do a gangsta ass movie called American Gangster, and he can turn around and do a Malcolm X movie. But when Denzel Washington go home, he's Mr. Denzel Washington. He doesn't take it there, only way where he needs to take it. And that's the real part, like, who is you, man? We need to encourage these kids to buy
yeah,
lands, even the sisters to buy land. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go out there and however your style is, make sure you get educated about certain things to have intellectual properties and learning how to maximize and create subsidiaries in businesses because the shelf space is small and the window is small. So
yeah.
we as black people in the culture got to take advantage of this. I don't care if you on the corner, you know what I'm saying? If you slinging drugs and doing that, you know what I mean? I advise nobody to do that. But whatever you do, you got to make a branding out of it and actually, shift. Not everybody want to
Hold
sell
on, hold
dope
on,
in
hold
the
on, hold
hood.
on. Let me cut you off, BB. I
You know what I mean?
actually was asking about the police brutality, bro. You can't tell niggas to make selling
Yeah.
dope a brand.
Yeah.
Only if
Nah,
it's
nah,
weed.
nah.
But
Listen to me. Nah, listen to me when
but
I
no,
say that. Listen to me, and I'll go back to that. My whole thing, I'm being facetious about it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever you do, make sure you make your pivots. And I know I'm throwing you off on Planet Pluto, but
you
fuck the
told a nigga that
police.
he could sell dope on the block and make it a brand, my nigga. I had to
Yeah,
stop you. I
these
had to slow
these
you down,
these ni-
Turbo.
these niggas is selling dope and putting dope back into to the hood instead of
No,
buying
no, they ain't.
laundromats
No, they ain't. I'm talking
and
about. Let's
doing.
talk about police.
You
Let's
know what
talk
I'm
about police.
saying?
Let's talk about police brutality. We ain't
This is
talking
what
about
I
that
gotta
hood
say
nigga.
about this is what I gotta say about police brutality. Fuck the police.
Thank you, bro.
Next. See, I picked up from that.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah.
bro. Thank you. How I feel about it? I think they got a green light because it's going down too much, my nigga. Now I can see somebody beating a motherfucker up on some Rodney King shit, but actually
Right.
shooting a motherfucker back to 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 back. It's a green
Right.
light, my nigga. Somebody blew the motherfucking whistle, bro. Period. Now
Now,
niggas can
well,
talk
look,
about, huh? Go ahead.
but look, Easy and them was on to something. They said after police. It's still F
that
the
was
police.
that's when a nigga used to take you in the alley and beat you up and drop you off in the
Yeah.
in the neighborhood that you weren't from. I'm talking about them killing you and shooting you like target practice. It's a whole different
It's
game right now.
it's back to that really Willie
Yeah, Rodney
Lynch.
King didn't get shot. He got beat
You
up.
know what I'm saying? It's really back to that. You know, since Trump got in, it gave him a validation to go give us a green light. That's what it was all about. You
Okay.
know, Trump gave him a green light. You know, his supporters, the ugliness came off, the mask came off. You know, when we start wanting our reparations and really stop playing closed mouth, you know, there's a lot of people that's just waking up from all walks of life, brothers and sisters saying, look, y'all gonna stop treating us like lab rats. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you something, it's going to get to, you know, a point to where they're gonna get popped back because people are getting tired. And you know, you can only do so much peace, peace, peace. And I don't encourage, you know, to go. I'm not telling nobody to go pick out a gun and go shoot a cop or whatever. You know, you ain't finna sue me. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, you reap what you what?
So,
You reap what you sow.
so do you think it's gonna get better with Biden then? Because you
Man,
mentioned
that's you pick your poison, either Donald Trump or Biden. But they one is lesser than the other. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna have to be a combination of things. We as a people really got a fellowship, and we always ask the question. We say, brothers, why y'all can't get together? And that's a hard, tough question to answer when it's contrary to what you really trying to put out there. So I
yeah,
just guess you just got to do your job and play your corner of your puzzle piece, because you can't put the whole puzzle piece together. It's too complex right now.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Some Rubik's Cube of hella colors, hella different
Yeah.
races, and they twisting this shit against each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
Instead of it being the same color on every side, that's all one cube and we together, they mixing the shit up and putting you against each other. It's a Rubik's Cube, my nigga. They putting all the different colors against each other.
well,
Period.
a lot of
And
people don't talk about this in the police system. You got to realize, when we was in high school, it was a white boy, somebody getting punked, and then they became a cop, and then they had kids raising them with that same mentality, and then that's 3 or 4 generations of that same mentality that then hit ahead now. Now you got more racist cops now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
no,
So
but you got to rewind history, man. You know, they hung up. I ain't gonna say the word, but they hung up their robes, nigga, and put on motherfucking uniforms and badges, my nigga. It
yeah,
starts
but
from there.
the whole cops was invented to chase black people.
Yeah.
Down.
Slaves,
Slaves.
escaped slaves,
That was the whole
escaped
cops.
slaves.
That's
Period. That's what
why
they was built
that's
for.
what
They
it
weren't built to
yeah.
protect or nothing, to catch
Mhm.
escaped slaves. That's where they
Yes.
started from. And who was the
Yeah.
motherfuckers that was the cops? The motherfuckers with the hoods and the mask on and shit, and the
Yeah.
robes
Yeah.
on and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So at the
Yep.
end of the
This
day,
the system works. Put it like that.
right, right,
The
yeah. Let's
system
not
work.
even go. Yeah, let's go deep into that shit. We having a historical, dope ass, motherfucking intellectual, historical interview. Let's not get into that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Ah, bro. Anybody else got some questions before we end this shit? Because I got some questions, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
I want to
sir.
talk about him leaving a legacy for his kids, for them to do music and film. Like, what do they have coming up as well?
Well, I just put up my daughter's single. She got a song called F Boy Signs. Her name is Anissa Long, AANISAH. And like I said, we have 4 boys and 4 girls. Some of them in college taking STEM sciences. Some is just strictly business, hard worker. And then, you know, some is into the music. But preferably my daughter, we've been molding her since she was 12 years old. And just like my daddy told me, you know, yeah, I did great doing what I'm doing, but I never would want my kids to live in my shadow. I want them to have their own identity. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because a lot of celebrity kids get it tough. You know what I mean? So I would be brutal with her in the studio sometimes, be like, nah, fuck that, go back, go back. She would cry sometimes. But years later, I kept planting her on my records because it's about being patient and building up for artists. You know what I mean? So now she's 25 years old, and she be like, Coach, I know what you're saying. You was a real coach to me, Pops. And that makes me feel, us as parents feel good because you want your kids to be better than you, to outdo
Yeah.
you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
it's just a blessing, man, that we were fortunate and blessed to not have our kids incarcerated. Yeah, they went through their growing pains. Everybody smelled their underarmpits. We did. You know what I mean? But it's good to be able to navigate some of the things we went through, inspire them, and see them have a fresh pair of legs on the basketball court like Jordan to Kobe Bryant. And
Yeah.
now they're out there doing their thing. And it's especially good for daughters because a lot of daughters don't, a lot of women don't get a chance to empower themselves for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And as a father and a solid queen, it just felt good, as I see them progress and being able to articulate that intelligence and my daughter can beat a bitch ass in a minute, excuse my language. You know what I
Hey.
mean? That part too. All that wrapped into one, it just at the end of the day, it makes us smile because a lot of girls out there are unfortunate and a lot of brothers out there, fucking off whole football careers to do dumb shit. So,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
All right, we're gonna end it with our top five, man. We're gonna do the top five on it, man. Top five rappers, top five comedians, top five motherfucking athletes. Where you want to start at?
Oh man, I would say
Let's go top five athletes, man. Top
I
five
would say
athletes.
LeBron James, um Walter Payton,
My nigga. Sweetness.
um
Town
Jerry
business.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Yep. Um I would say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
The Chief.
Mhm.
No, the cat. The cat. Chief Duff nigga.
LeBron.
He said
You said
LeBron.
LeBron
I
Got
said
one more.
LeBron. Okay. Phew.
You got one more.
All right. Jordan and Kobe.
and one nigga. Definitely. All right. Top five comedians, bro.
Um Richard Pryor.
Definitely. Off the rip.
Um who else? Red Fox.
Definitely.
Um who else? This now definitely Eddie Murphy. Come on now.
Oh, my mom
Definitely.
just got through watching Boomerang.
Yeah,
Definitely
Eddie
Eddie.
Murphy. Paul Mooney.
On my
Definitely
mama.
Paul Mooney. He the
Paul
blueprint.
Mooney. And what's the homie you did? Baby Kids?
Robin Harris.
Robin Harris.
Robert Harris. But
Robin Harris.
I also like Mac, rest in peace too.
Bernie
Mac. So that's 2 and 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Top five rappers, my nigga. Who's your top five that influenced you and really, you know what I mean, that you really fuck with?
Man, why don't you give me 10?
All right, top
Oh.
10. Top 10. Top
Yeah.
10, my G.
Oh,
Top 10
my
rappers
God.
that gave you the game.
We're going to give you 7.
Okay, you're gonna give me Shell, man.
No, we don't get that nigga 10, man. Let that nigga get 10, my nigga. Why you doing that, bro?
Because he got a gang of friends. We want to hear who's left out.
Damn, I like
Easy. Dylan, and Dylan.
But no, you gotta say on skills. You know what I mean? Because Easy
Right.
tell you right now, I wasn't a rapper. I just had a voice. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So,
let's change it up. Top 7 artists.
Nah, let's do the rap shit. I would say
we doing a 10, man. How you gonna get a nigga a cop out? You can't get a nigga to cop out.
7 is making it harder. 10 is giving him too much love.
Hold on.
Yeah, I would say
we gave him a cop out with the top 10. It's supposed to be
I would
5,
say
nigga.
I would say Slick Wick the Ruler, Rakim,
2,
Rakim, Pac,
definitely
Pac.
That's 3.
Nas,
Definitely. That's 4.
I like Nas. I would say Big Daddy Kane.
Definitely. I was waiting for that.
Half stepping.
I was
Big
waiting for
Daddy
that,
Kane.
nigga.
I would
Definitely.
say Biggie
That's
Smalls.
6. You
I
had
like
6 and
Biggie
you got 4
Smalls.
more. You got 4 more, nigga.
Damn, this is a tough one right here.
Last 4, Joe.
The last 4. I would say, as far as rap, I would say 40 Water.
40.
I would say 40 Waters in that thing.
Definitely, bro.
Who else? I would say I like Crooked Eye.
Crook, man.
Crooked
Crook is a
Eye.
monster, man. Say that again.
You
You got
didn't see
one more, man.
the dark horse came up off the side.
Yeah, I say
One
definitely
more. You
Crooked.
got one more to win the Tesla off the lot, my nigga. Which one you going?
I pick you.
Survey says. Yada,
Yada, man.
ding, ding, ding,
Boy,
ding,
you
ding.
always gassing on them.
Brand new Tesla for motherfucking cocaine, Peruvian flake, man.
Ruby
When
and
you gonna
Flake.
do that? And this another question, man. I that studio session, the first one we did, I nicknamed you Peruvian Flake. When we gonna have the Peruvian Flake album, bro?
Man, I'm gonna have to do that soon. You know what I mean? We're
You
gonna
know
put
what?
that
The
on the
album
bucket
is gonna
list.
be with me and you. The
Yeah,
Peru.
well let's put that on the
Let's do the
bucket
R.
list.
Kelly type of yucky, and you know what I mean? Jay-Z, R. Kelly, and mob it, but you gonna rap though. It's gonna be
Man,
on steroids.
man, let's do it. Peruvian
We gonna
Flake,
we gonna do the
Yuckster.
Peruvian Flake
Peruvian
album.
Flake album.
Yeah, since
Yeah,
y'all
that's
niggas,
hard.
since bro didn't do it, we gonna do it together. That's what I call him. When he called me like Peruvian, I don't call
Yeah,
him cocaine. What I call you?
Peruvian Flake.
Period. I'm like, Flake, what's happening? Since day one.
That's
Period.
For
dope.
sure.
Hey, but what y'all got going on? Y'all want to, because this man is in the mix. He got to get back to his business. Y'all got any questions or anything to ask him before?
No,
Yeah, I got a question. What made you move your music career to Seattle? Why you didn't stay California based?
Woo!
Well,
Simone go for the gut.
I'm what you call a Pomona Globetrotter. You understand?
Okay.
And originally I was born in South Bronx, New York, and it's ironic.
Hold
that,
on, rewind that, nigga. You from New York?
Yeah, I was born. Yeah, I mean, some of your greatest East Coast cats from Ice-T to Tupac was born right there on the East Coast.
I ain't
Dig
know
that.
Ice-T and you was born on the East Coast,
Ice-T
nigga. I
from the
knew
East
Pop,
Coast.
but not you, nigga.
Yeah,
And
so I was
Ice-T.
born in South Bronx, but my mom and pops, it was too cold out there, so we moved to Cali.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know nothing about the growth up there. But when we moved, you know, Rakim said it best, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. So, you know, reason why I moved up there, and I'm gonna tell you a real story, real quick. I'm from Pomona, California, from the west side of Pomona, California. You know, like Sugar Free. You know, Pomona's a small city with a thick ass name. You know, we slowed that bitch down when it came to the music. We got cats like Sugar Shane Mosley, all that, right? So back when you know, everything kind of disbanded from Doghouse because I was signed to Doghouse. I left. Everybody went their own way. You know, Trady had to go on vacation. And then I had to result back to going back in the streets again because we were signed under MCA, but MCA filed Chapter 11 and all the monies was frozen. So I was in the dark place, had to get my little grind on. But then I, you know, got caught up and did a little punk ass county lid. And I used to sit on my bunk, you know, there'd be people watching me in the movie Old School, because I played in the movie with Old School with Snoop, Vince Vaughn, and all them. And I'd be sitting on my bunk. And all I seen after the commercials, sweetie, was Seattle, Seattle. And then next week, Seattle. And then I hear some dudes over there talking about it. So it was something that I said, okay, something is telling me something. And plus my grandmother, you know, she's from out here. So it's not like I just decided to pick up. I used to come up here all the time back in the 80s too. But then it just told me, I just heard the voice, you know, say people say they hear the voice. I heard the voice to say, you know, get up out of here. And it was the best move, sister, I ever made in my life because I was out of here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do this shit no more, getting in trouble and going through all these hula hoops. But you know what? It was in me and not on me. God put it in me. And I moved mainly because it's not about just the music industry with me or accolades. It's mostly about family. You know, all that was just the catalyst to get my family into a better situation. So I moved up here, messed with some cats that were real solid. John Silver and G Dub at High Powered Entertainment. We put some things together. You know, I know Yuck Mouth put a couple things together with John Silver. And
Salute
it
John
just,
Silver. That's my
it was,
guy.
yeah, because of him, you know, they kept me afloat up here and it allowed me to bounce back, put kids in college and then other things that I just couldn't do around the environment where I was. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I tell everybody, you know, I'm from Pomona. I'm a globe trotter. You know what I'm saying? Let other niggas argue about a section when we going to see the globe, baby.
Right. I love it.
For sure. Appreciate you.
Hey, though, you up
So,
there with the goddamn show enough. You got the glow background, nigga. You ain't got no glow questions, nigga.
Well, shit, we've been rocking an hour and a half. I found out
oh
all the shit I
man.
Nigga,
want
this
to
a motherfucking legend, nigga.
I
We
done
gonna
shit.
let
I done
bro
a lot
go,
of
though. We gonna
shit.
let bro go. We done talked about everything. Smoke a lot radio with Cocaine, Simone Taylor. Hold on, mate. Let's end it on a good one, mate. Cocaine, give them all your motherfucking social media handles and let them know what's coming up for you, man. Besides your new album, man. Let them know what's coming up for Cocaine and then end it with your social media handles and where they can reach you at and where they can get all your new shit at, bro.
Right. Well, we got a couple things going on. We got a street gear coming out. Shout out to my boy Gato. We also got a documentary.
Gato!
Yeah, we also got a documentary's gonna hit Netflix next year about the legendary cocaine.
Woo!
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we just
Documentary.
me and Sugar Free got a whole project called Sugar Cane. You know
Hold
what I'm
up,
saying?
hold up.
Coming out. Yeah.
See,
Sugar cane.
now you
Oh, you
stepping
gonna
on my
love that one.
Ruby and Flake album, nigga. You and
Hmm.
Sugar Free got an album called Sugar Cane, nigga.
Nigga, that shit so hard, my
It's
nigga.
over, nigga. You two
Oh
niggas
boy.
together? Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god,
We got
man.
we got production from Man Banks, a little bit of this and that, and it's real pious. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
lord.
I can't
And
wait to
so
hear that motherfucker.
I know Sugar Free up there in Big Bed. Did you have to go to Big Bed to record, nigga?
Yeah, some of that shit, you know, he be out there with the bears and shit, my nigga.
Yeah, in the
I
snow.
can't I
And
can't
the
do that, my
snow.
nigga.
And the
I'm like
snow,
I'm
nigga.
still a city boy, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but then,
Yeah.
you know, he sent me stuff, I sent it, and you know, we had to take advantage because it's a bullshit virus, but we got it done. I also got to sing a couple things going on with Snoop, this latest project. We back in action doing what we're doing, and basically, you know, pushing my daughter, you know, Nisa Long. She's coming out with her own podcast, talk about hair products for Black women and makeup and fashion. So that'll be coming soon. And plus, I got a cocaine strand coming with my boy from Tree Mongle. So, you know, there's a lot of good things
Oh
going
yeah.
on. And plus, what we doing right now, since the Monkey Wasn't Funky is on his way to go to viral, we're doing a DJ contest, a worldwide DJ contest, and I'm giving away 3K to your hottest DJs that can put it, The Monkey Wasn't Funky, my new single in the mix. So, man, we on our campaign, man. Going to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, waking up around 4:30, and get an hour sleep around 7. Man, we real
That's
out
it.
here mashing and smashing. That's what it is. And you can
Power
reach me
napping on that.
at cocaine if you want to try to get on my back bumper to get a hook. Just reach me on Instagram at KOKANE underscore OG underscore. That's at cocaine underscore OG underscore. I ain't that hard to find or hard to talk to. Let me lace your chucks, man. We make hits, not demos.
On my mama.
Hey man, that's another episode of Smoke a Lot Radio. It's your motherfucking host with the most culatto smoke with the illest nigga in Nebraska, B.
Catofonia. On my mama.
With the beautiful
Simone Titty Taylor in the building.
In the
Body
field,
Taylor.
kill.
Simone Body Yaddy 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 Taylor, nigga.
I
The
love it.
remix. nigga. Yada now, man. You tuned in to Smoke a Lot Radio. Give them their vitamins, my G.
Oh yeah, you gotta get them on Stitcher, brother. You gotta hit us on Apple Music. You gotta hit us on Spotify, brother. You gotta hit us on Yuck Mouth TV, brother. What you gonna do when Yuck Mouth Simone Taylor in California blows this Colado smoke on you?
Hey, one last thing.
It is powered by Digital Soapbox Network.
And it's powered by Digital Soap motherfucking Box. What up, Steel?
Oh my mama.